And we're off! Woo! Yay! Okay, piece of heart in Link's house. Interesting start. Okay, they're both going to Hyrule Castle. We'll see what treasures we'll find here.
Yeah, not my preferred start, but these people are better than I am, so I trust them.
I mean, there's value in the checking the tree, there's value in Uncle.
Yep.
There's a bunch of chests here. Definitely a good move. Ooh, bottle. That unlocks Sick Kid. Let's see what Uncle has for us today. Ooh, love. It's always nice with a loving uncle.
Yep. And then the sand check, small key.
Ah, yes. The Sanctuary Key. This will allow them to go backwards through the escape, back of escape, if they ever find the power globes.
Yep. Let's see if they check Agalage or not. Some people opt to not do that.
I mean, there's almost no point skipping to it. I mean, it's a slight time save, but you'll know fairly soon if Aga is required.
Yeah. I mean, it is a good check, but some people feel very confident and don't.
Ooh, that's Ice Rod. That's kind of important.
That is key information, yes.
Or, I mean, I guess Turtle Rock could be... Ooh, I saw a red pendant on Eastern Palace. Did you catch anything else?
Nope. I don't really have a good view of Samu.
I think we'll get another chance when TGH checks his.
Yep.
Ooh, the flute. Good start. This will really open up the map for them.
Yep. Traversal in general just got real easy,
Oh yeah.
especially when it was on the way to Kakariko.
Yes, this will save a lot of time later on. Ah. Yes.
Yeah, prioritizing it.
Yeah. I was about to say he's going to buy bombs, but of course unlocking flute.
Yeah, and they can't really afford bombs yet.
Oh yeah.
Those are 50 rupees.
That's true. They need more money. I guess he just have to hope for bombs in chests.
Yeah, that's generally ID. Some people prefer doing Hoolihan Room or something similar in the beginning. Most do trust the random finds because you tend to get money or bombs before you need.
Yeah, from trees
Bombs,
or
yeah.
drops. Ooh, hook shots. And a magic cape. Silvers. Ooh. And then a bottle. So silvers will not really come to play until a bit later, once they either find a bow or... Yeah, once they find a bow, pretty much, but... Ooh. Death already? Ooh. That's gonna lose him some time. In the meantime, we have Blind's Hut. There are lots of good finds early. But no bombs, so we'll have to come back for the blocked off chest.
Yeah, from their pre-run discussion, they basically only want boots now.
Well, I mean, don't you always want boots?
Yeah, but they explicitly mentioned flute, mirror, and boots, and they only have boots to go now.
Are we looking at a Plando seed here?
Who knows what Fiesel has wrought? And there's Samu who picks up the bombs. He's committed to the Kakariko checks.
I mean, makes sense.
Yeah.
Since they don't really have much reason to come back until they get Dark World access.
Exactly.
So what does Sick Kid have? Gloves? Interesting. So TGH got a little bit locked with the lack of bombs.
Yeah. I think he had a small brain fart or something.
Yeah, hoping for bomb drops here down here in Thieves, but I don't think there were any.
No, not that Samu found, so we assume they have the same seed.
I mean,
Drops,
so far.
Yeah, drops so far tend to point at it. Point to it.
Although there is a slight possibility. But I think the hashes matched, so... Yes, another red rupee.
And now TGH goes for the bombs too.
Yeah, there hasn't been much luck with finding them.
That's why I am a proponent of the Hoolihan start. Because you can guarantee bombs and the bottle merchant on your first trip.
But it will take time.
Yeah. I mean, every second counts, but I feel it's a fair investment.
But what if you find 300 rupees on Uncle? Just wasted time.
Yeah. Which is the beauty with random. You gotta plan. You gotta make judgment, correct?
We're coming out
Constantly.
to see the race game here. Oh, bombs, of course. Unfortunately, that wouldn't have helped since you need bombs to get them in the first place.
Or boots.
Oh yeah, boots
Yeah,
also
you
works.
can dash that wall. Or dash bonk. So at this point, Samu's a little bit ahead.
Yes.
Since he didn't go up to Death Mountain without bombs.
Exactly.
And have yet to die.
But he is a bit close.
Yeah, they are still pretty neck and neck.
No, I meant he's close to dying.
Oh yeah. That also.
But let's trust in the runners.
Yeah.
You know what they're doing.
Let's see, that was red mar. Ooh.
Ooh. That's interesting. The hammer. We're only a moon pearl away from Dark World access, right?
Mm-hmm. Time to jinx it, but so far it's not an Agassi.
Don't forget that ice rod.
Yeah.
And there's the boots. So they got everything they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're just in go mode then.
Not quite, but it's looking pretty good. Like overworld travel is quick. Dungeon travel is quick. Makes a lot of difference over the course of a whole run.
Absolutely. but this seed can still troll us.
Yep. Yes, money on floating island and yeah,
See
heading into
Cave.
Spiral Cave.
So what do you think will be here?
In Spiral Cave,
At this point, I'm guessing Moon Pearl.
I'm gonna guess a sword.
Ooh, yeah, that would also help. We also got Moldor Cave here. I don't think we've seen this before.
Nope.
Bugnet. Best weapon in game. Hands down. Just checking, that's a ledge. Just a single green rupee.
Just crap.
I don't think they were coming back for that one.
Probably not, no. That would be some extreme desperation. Or extreme arrogance.
Yes, either of those. Oh, I just need this one more rupee to buy Sora flippers, or whatever Sora item is.
Yep.
I better get a desert ledge.
Now we'll see, what is Sahashala hiding in his closet? Moon Pearl, maybe?
Ooh, that would.
Oh, his
Yes, money
his
so far.
stash and some love.
We're gonna have to come back here if we ever find the need to get the green pendant.
Yeah, the TGH didn't deem him worthy of his time, so he didn't speak to him. And now the old man cave backwards in the dark, which I actually haven't seen without a sword.
It can be done, especially with hookshot,
Yeah.
since you can still get the visual indication. It's not quite as quick, but
It's a fairly straightforward room once you have it memorized.
I'm still always amazed at when they do it.
I mean, I practiced it, so with sword it's not too bad, but hookshot, yeah, I have not tried that yet.
To be fair, you often don't find hookshot very early. It doesn't often come. You typically have a sword already,
And
if
now,
anything.
yeah. Now Samu managed to get stuck in a petrified dead rock. That is quite rare, I think.
Yeah, usually you can be blocked by them, but actually stuck.
Yep.
TJ seemed to have some trouble finding his way. I'm not sure if he also picked up the old man or not.
Yeah, that's hard to say when we can't hear their screen transition. Oh wait, we should be able to. But I think we're on Samu's audio.
Oh yeah. 300
Yeah, we
rupees on Spectacle Rock. Might come in handy later. Green pendant in Skullwoods, I saw. Blue on Troll Rock. Okay, that might actually make Aghanim not important.
Is it blue pendant on Turtle Rock?
Yeah.
And green on Skull.
Yes.
And from the music we can deduce that Hera's Tower is a crystal dungeon.
Yeah, it's only random in Key Sanity, right?
I mean, if we didn't know where all the pendants were,
Yeah.
you can tell from the music if it's pendant or dungeon or crystal.
Yeah, but I think it's in one mode where it actually randomizes as well.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't tell.
I only play normal myself, so.
We've still to find an item here in Hera. Let's hope they find a sword going upwards, because Moldorm with a hammer can be very tricky. Either that or hope for a nice Moldorm.
Yeah, in general, Moldorm isn't that much of an issue with hammer, since you only require 3 hits, since it's the strength of a bacon sword. Or, I guess, a master spin.
Yeah. Okay, that's one of the items. Oh, was there another one in the other chest? I must have missed it. Was the compass?
No. Oh, oof, almost fell down there.
Quake is in Ice Palace. That could be...
Yeah, that could be really useful to know.
Ooh. Someone takes a fall on Moldorm.
If there's any consolation, he didn't manage to hit him first.
So no time lost, right? Better be careful.
And he uses the potion for safety, which could be a good idea.
It's not too big of a deal to climb up again, but it is a race after all.
Yep.
And buying another potion is not that bad.
No. Yeah, a clean Moldon for fight from Samu, apart from the beginning.
And there was the second item, some bombs.
Yep.
So aside from the crystal, nothing really of value here.
No, and that, I think if we paid proper attention, that means compass is firelocked. So they're not gonna come back for that.
Oh yeah. And that was a red crystal, by the way.
And now TGH is gonna regret not having bombs the first time around.
Yeah, that could have saved a lot of time.
And as we mentioned earlier, Sam is checking the back of the escape.
Yeah, already have a key, so... But no lantern. Yet. Single arrow.
Yeah. So I have a feeling he is gonna backtrack, because this too is not that difficult,
No,
as long as you practice it a little.
it's not long you have to go, but...
Yeah. It's still annoying without a sword, but...
And those rats.
Yep.
DJ coming back on Hera.
Yeah, they've checked pretty much most of the overworld, so
I don't think we've seen Ice Rod Cave.
hence most
Ah,
that they
yes.
can access. It's also a bit remote, so most players are a bit hesitant to check, since it's just one check.
But was it, you said, a valuable investment?
Yeah, it can be. But that was more doing hooligan.
Yeah.
But also, over the course of a seed, you will probably go to Kakariko at least twice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was the key to the basement in that chest, that's right.
And there the hint said something sharp in a basement.
But we found both items in Hera.
Yeah, but I didn't catch which basement.
Oh.
And apparently it wasn't in the escape there, so there might be a sword upgrade in Hyrule Castle, since they haven't gone down and rescued Zelda.
You know, if Zelda will be... oh right, Zelda is not there.
Yeah, I mean, she already escaped.
And that's why she's saving the world.
Yeah.
Seeing at least Sasula check on Samu's side. Maybe looking into Eastern as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
You know, there's always fun when Bo is in the first couple of chests.
Yep. Getting vanilla in a rando is always a bit annoying.
But happens.
Yep. No, he's floating away.
Well, to be fair, there aren't actually that many chests to check. But
And they both came to the same conclusion from different places.
it's time to go look at further into Hyrule Castle.
Yep.
So aside from the lantern, I think they can actually go do Aghanim.
They have a cape, yes.
Yes, and they have the net.
Yeah. But without lamp, he's not in logic, so
Yeah.
we'll see. Depends on if they value. Well,
There's the bombs.
yeah. Well, if they're gonna do that, that's gonna be a really hard read on Moon Pearl on Pyramid.
Oh yeah.
Because, like you said, there's still Ice Rod Cave and at least Agnes Cave before they have to, basically.
And the couple of chests in Eastern.
Yeah, and Eastern, of course.
It's interesting they've synced up so well now.
Yeah.
Despite the little...
Yeah, they had little divergence in the beginning. And some backtracking.
Will they be setting up a death orb? No. I guess with the flute, with the mirror, they don't really need it.
Nope. Now I'm thinking we see Easter. Unless they go to the far off checks. Or...
Did TGA skip Lost Woods?
I don't think so.
Oh, he's doing Back of Escape. No? Where is he going?
He might be doing
Bonk Rock.
Bonk
And then
Rocks.
probably Back of Escape.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Astros Cave here as well. On
Yeah.
some
And there we
side.
have Merle. Bonk Rocks.
Oh, book.
And Book there. And yeah, so I'm just gonna fake flip since they have the money.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll see a check from the hobo. And then presumably off to Sora.
He won't be able to check Waterfall Fairy Cave though.
Yes, because... because no Moon Pearl. I don't think I've ever had a satisfactory explanation of why Moon Pearl exactly is just required, but...
It's a glitch as far as I know.
Yeah, I know that, but
Yeah,
exactly
but
how
like,
Moon Pearl comes into logic.
yeah.
Missed seeing the camera again.
Yeah, we only really need to know where the second last crystal is. Everything else can be inferred.
Yep.
And now we get to see Hope Cave. Probably isn't.
Oh, I don't know, I have a big hope here.
A shield,
Sword.
someone, yeah.
No, but other pointy things. Yeah, that was a very underwhelming hype cave.
Yeah, and Samu exited Waterfall Fairy Cave and like, oh, right, I don't have Merle. Sora Ledge.
Nothing.
There's some rubies.
So, are we seeing a good deal today, or... Do we
It's
have-
basically never a good deal.
No, but you can always hope. Sora, the biggest scam artist in all of Hyrule.
Mm-hmm.
Just blueberries.
And I didn't really catch what was on Pyramid Ledge there, but nothing interesting since TJ just ran away.
So we're seeing a catfish check here. There's really no other good point to go do this. So out of the way.
Yeah, but he can at least check Sora as well.
Yes, I think he can just mirror out.
And if you had flippers, he could do Waterfall Fairy, but...
Just a piece of art.
Okay, I'm not sure what Samu's doing. Oh, he has apparently found...
Well, he's probably doing hype game.
Yeah, I just didn't catch him getting Moon Pearl.
Oh yeah, he was totally there.
Yeah, well, I realize that now. They have gone pretty far without a sword.
Yes. Are we sure it's not a swordless seed?
I'm pretty sure the entire tournament is just normal, swords randomized, open, defeat Ganon.
That last part seems unnecessary. I guess we'll get another chance at seeing Pyramid now.
Probably. And TJH is looking to heading into Village of Thieves.
Yes, or Skull Woods. Not the general Kakariko area in Dark World.
Probably, well, I wouldn't know really the top runner mentality.
Yes, just a big rupee. 20.
Oh. No, so he's checking anyway, since you have access to quite a few chests, even without Fire On. Really, it's only 2 checks you can't do without it.
Yeah, Mofra and the small key check.
Yeah.
The vanilla small key.
And TGH has the mummy manip down. Decently at least.
But, getting grabbed. Having some trouble with the statue, getting into a line on the button. Can be tricky. Thankfully the devs was kind enough to give us a block to align with, but...
And that's never fun, getting stuck in a doorway when you don't have a sword.
So, Piece of Heart is the first item from Skull Woods.
So, see what he finds here. A small key.
Not very useful.
He will check the left chest then.
Yep.
Apparently. And there's the
Big
big
key.
key. So, incoming bomb jump.
We'll see. Another small key. Yeah, it looks like we'll be seeing the big chest. Ah, yes. Mirroring. Much faster. Oof. Better be careful here. Still got plenty of bombs, but hearts are running low. Seems like...
compass.
Okay, so second item must be in fire locked.
Yep.
In the meantime, Samo is also joining us in Dark Kakariko area.
Yeah, and we just missed him checking pedestal, I think.
How could we miss that?
Yeah, we're bad commentators.
We're terrible commentators. But hey, everyone's gotta have a first time.
Yeah. Nothing interesting on Bumper Cave Ledge. Chess minigame, nothing.
So I guess we're getting a graveyard check. Graveyard ledge.
Looks like it, yeah. Which I personally find a bit odd.
Why?
Because it's quite a bit out of the blue. Well, not out of the blue, but travel for a single check.
Can't you also check King's Tomb?
Yeah, good point. They do have boots. So okay, it's 2 checks.
Yeah. Two checks that are out of the way that your opponent might not check.
Yeah. This is why my general seeds aren't sub 2.
Yes, they...
Sadly for almost nothing.
Apparently the old kings of Hyrule weren't very rich.
Probably had to pay a lot for those very heavy stones.
Yes, blueberries on the Cape Ledge.
Is that what we call a bomb cluster? Blueberries.
I've heard it being referred to as such.
I mean, I see the reference, I just haven't heard it before.
I don't know if it's common, but I've heard it before.
Well, it is a thing now, if nothing else. And I like it. Sea house, only arrows. And Samu's gonna be disappointed as well. Because he's doing the same checks now. So at this point we're looking at a hammer blind, which is always interesting.
Yes.
With a green tunic. And only the small Hylian shield.
And is that 8 hearts? Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't think I
max
could do
health 3 hits. Well, depending on if you get fireball or actual blind. These guys should only get hit by fireballs, if anything.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what Thieves Town holds for us today. A shovel. Where is Shovel Knight when you need him? You could teach Squirtle and Zelda how to really fight with a shovel.
Yep.
But I suspect we will be cashing in that fetch quest later. We're also seeing some Desert Palace spelunking here.
Yeah, they diverged majorly for the first time.
One following up the Dark World lead and another the book lead. Let's see what pays off. I guess Feast Town would be the more conventional choice.
Yeah. Because it is easier to access than the desert.
Yeah.
But since they did manage to find both book and boots, the entire thing is open.
Yeah. Although they do need a fire source to fight Lanmolas.
Yeah, that's true. So, correction. Almost.
Yes.
They will have to fight him eventually.
Yes, because it's a crystal.
It wasn't boot locked anyway. Not that it matters since they have them.
Yeah. So I've seen a piece of heart
Yeah.
so far.
So I think we have an item, or
Still the big chest.
yeah, an item and compass, or was it map?
It was compass. I felt that it was compass.
Yeah. That's one thing I haven't really studied in Rando. The key chests in each dungeon. So I'm never really sure.
Okay.
That means Sam is going elsewhere because Lanmolas has map.
I think we will see him check Thieves Town now too.
Yeah, that's the logical choice now.
Unless Skullwoods, because I don't think he ever went in there.
No. But yeah, like you said, Thieves Town is usually the conventional choice, since it's relatively easy to access.
It doesn't require much.
No.
It is just
Dark world access, and if you want to,
general Dark World access.
yeah, and if you want to full clear it, you need hammer, but you don't always need to full clear.
But we do have hammer.
Yeah.
So either we'll find a key here, or we will find a key on blind. Yep, there's a key. So we'll be checking the big chests now.
Have we found both compass and map?
I haven't actually been keeping track.
Yeah, maybe we should have like done that ahead of time.
That might... Ooh, vanilla gloves. Let's see, what does that open up? It doesn't really open up too much for us, right? Dark Death Mountain on east side.
Yeah, and Frogsmith. Sorry,
Oh yeah.
Frog Breathsmith. They also can go into Misery Mire and check the surrounding area.
That's true. They can also fake flipper to Ice Palace.
Yep. Although they don't have Fire Rod or Bombos, so they can't progress into it.
That's true. So, but they can.
Yeah, they can enter and then for the hint tile, if nothing else. Which I think generally isn't worth the time. You want to be able to at least enter further. I'm assuming. I wouldn't go in without a fire source. I mean, I have, but it wasn't the right choice.
Thankfully, the walk back to blind is not too painful.
Yeah.
Oh, Cane of Birna strats. Safe choice.
Yeah, that's a favorite of mine with half magic. Semi-AFK blind fight.
And there we go.
Yeah, when did he pick up that? That I didn't catch.
Neither did I. Maybe we should have divided up the screens between us.
Yeah, probably. I'm hoping you want some of them because it's
Yes.
a bit of an angle for me.
Yeah, I'll take some. No problem.
Thanks.
Just let me know if anything interesting happens.
Yeah. TJ's skipped our froggy guy and is going for the digging game first. Since he already found the lift upgrade and can easily backtrack.
I think you also can bring the frog into the digging game,
Yeah, that too.
so it makes sense to do it in
Yeah.
that order.
And only a 50 rupee from digging game. Let's see, TGH is probably gonna do Hammer Peg Cave as well. can't do Bat Cave.
No, because no magic powder.
Yeah. And no... I forget, is it cane or mushroom?
Both.
Yeah, there's some glitch I haven't learned.
You use up all your magic with a cane, and then use it again, switching over to mushroom, which will trick the game into thinking you're using mushroom as using mushroom. But since mushroom uses the same slot as magic powder, it will use magic powder.
Yeah. Yeah, TDA just got bombos from the breadsmiths. So
Okay.
that is Ice Palace proper access now. And nothing interesting in Hammerpeg Cave, just a piece of heart. Now we get a few checks in the fetch quest department. Bringing the annoying chest, probably doing K45 and Stumpy and Dig Spot.
Dig spot, yeah.
And then down to whatever the thief's name is. I don't know. Yes, the red roop in K45. Obviously left alone. Not worth it. Simon living on the edge, being noisy with his low health. See, Stumpy, a full heart container.
So Samuel's coming up on his lift upgrade. Second
Yep.
one. Ooh, flippers.
Yeah, big find on TDH's side.
We're really completing the movement options.
Yep. Basically, lamp and cane of Samaria, or lantern for go mode.
They probably also gonna want to find bow for Paths of Darkness.
That was bow. I knew I was forgetting something.
And then we'll see what happens with Mr. Meyer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they don't need to do Troll Rock if you don't want to.
Unless... Let's see, Turtle Rock was...
Blue pendant.
Oh.
But something can still be hidden in there.
Yeah, personally I've had quite a few seeds where green pendant Turtle Rock had progress on Laser Bridge.
Oh,
That's always really fun. No,
Yeah.
it isn't.
My first real seed actually had lamp. That's the first, in the last chest before the dark room in Turtle Rock, and that was locking out like everything.
Yeah. Yeah, some will make quick work of blind. And TGH is heading into swamp.
We're making good use of the new flippers.
Yep. And it's a good choice really. Most people don't like it, but
Check
It-
the
it-
hint.
yeah. Yeah.
Nothing we don't already know.
Yeah, exactly. But it is a very item dense dungeon.
Oh yeah.
But you can save a lot of time if you just can go mode it. Instead of needing to check the entire western wing. Kinda like Mr. Meyer.
Yeah.
Or Ice Palace, where I guess you would... It's more like the eastern wing you would skip. Really cutting the time in those dungeons if you can.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Something you can do if you can, but
Then everyone wants to cut ice short.
it is a not terrible dungeon, but it's not as fun as the others. I guess the ice physics doesn't really help,
Yeah, like ice physics. That explains everything.
and a very roundabout way of completing it.
Yep.
At least without either bomb jump or the Kano Sumaria.
Yep. Let's see, we're at 1 item so far in Swamp. That's something I know at least. Then there's 5 more.
Well, let's pray for Bo here then.
They might like a sword by now.
Oh, speak of the day.
Called it.
That is probably a big mountain of TJ's chest. Having to swap between hookshot and hammer, have to do that is not fun. Let's hope for another. Let's hope for Master Sword over in West Wing.
I think at this point he still might, because it does save time.
Yeah.
Also, then again, it depends. RTA it doesn't really, but it makes it easier and less of a hassle.
Yeah.
Oh, that was an interesting switch strat I haven't seen before in Swamp. I know for a fact the fighter sword is not long enough to reach from the other end.
Oh.
So you pretty much got a bomb or boomerang or something.
Saving those resources.
Yeah, but apparently a spin hits. Good to know for your own runs.
Learning the strats live.
Yeah.
Do you ever find yourself in the swamp with only fighter sword? Try this one nifty trick.
Speedrunner completely destroys Seed.
Game developers hate him.
Follow these 5 easy steps to win the tournament.
Oh, there we go. All our dreams are coming true. So we're up to 3, 5, 4 items here.
That's 3 items, I believe.
Still enough time for a Master Sword. This Swamp Palace is loaded.
I mean, in theory he could end up with Butter Sword.
Yeah.
Extremely minuscule chance, but possible. And he hasn't found the big key yet.
So it looks like Samu is going to be checking the tablet over by Desert. I don't think TJ's did.
No. Yeah,
A rupee hoard. Not very useful, but at least not at this point.
I don't think TJ's can. I forgot where book was, but...
No, I'm fairly certain he got book.
Oh.
I think he did. It was...
Rupees and map. So, big key can be in big chest in Swamp. But it wasn't. So now he's gonna take the 50-50. Item or compass, or on Argus.
Samu is keeping the hint. Which is good for him, it's useless for him, but still an interesting choice. It could have been useful. We're seeing some spin strats here on TJ's side. I don't blame him.
No.
Samu is not far behind, having also entered Swamp. He will soon also find all the goodies hidden here.
Yeah, assuming he cares to check.
I hope so. Like, what's the point if you're not playing the game?
Yeah.
The game is to check the chests. There's nothing else to do.
And Argus holds the compass.
But it's true, he could just go to the boss if he truly wanted.
Let's see, does he turn around? No. He's gonna gamble on leaving the big chest unopened for now. TGH.
It's not a big deal to go back for it later if necessary. Simon found his sword.
Yeah, that's probably the downfall of many beginner and also intermediate runners, feeling that you have to clear something out on a 50-50. Or well, not a 50-50 in this case, but just an item.
Yep. It's probably just a red rupee. It
Exactly.
always is.
Or the dreaded single arrow.
No, I think we already found that. I think we found that in... Was it Back of Escape? I think it was somewhere around there.
Oh yeah, probably. I keep forgetting those. Single arrow, single rupee. Those count. Those are item slots. Or technically.
They're also, I think, unique items. So be careful about that one if you find a hint.
Yeah, someone friendly has a unique item and you get a single arrow.
So worth it.
There is one item slot down in darkness.
And that was the 10 bomb drop, which is one of the weapon options, right? I don't think it is actually a normal item you find, if I recall.
I'm not so sure.
I think that was added for the weapon on Uncle mode to allow more options.
Probably. I honestly haven't kept up much with how the different versions have changed stuff beyond the very basic logic. I just play for fun.
Fun?
Yeah, yes, I know. It's a very foreign concept for
Fun?
speedrunners.
Randomizer?
Yes.
Speedrun? Race? No. That sounds like heresy talk. No, it's deadly serious.
TGH doing one of my favorite mini skips. I really like that one for some reason. Probably because the thought never crossed my mind ever to try that. And then you just see it in a race and like, this is great. It makes perfect sense within the confines of the game.
Let's see where Paths of Darkness have decided to hide all its keys this time.
Well, the route TGH took, basically. Right side and then down the middle. And dropping down.
So all the front chests.
Yep.
But Samu is going back in. So we will be getting a read on that chest.
Yeah, he took the shorter route to begin with. He went straight for boss. From what I could see.
Yeah, that's certainly possible. In that case, he will be happy to find the. Yeah, he has that because he doesn't have the bow.
Yes, we get the bomb jump. First try.
Lamp is in swamp, in the big chest.
Ooh.
That is a fire source they might have use for.
Yep.
In Desert Palace, among other things. So unless TJs finds a fire rod, which he will have to for... No, he won't have to find it for Skullwoods actually, since it's a green pendant. He might have to come back later. The fire rod is almost always found somewhere.
For the most part, yeah. I'm not sure how it works with that 4-torch room in Ganon's tower.
You can do it with lantern.
It's just very tight.
It's very tight,
Yeah.
but it is possible.
Yeah, now TJH is doing the room before Palace of Darkness big chest, the maze, in the dark. Backwards.
The madman.
Yeah. And he did manage to mirror out before he got killed by those dinos and their fire. That's unfortunate.
But it seems like he'll be going at it again.
Yeah, or he'll just proceed straight along the crumbling path and go right for those additional, somewhat much easier checks.
Wouldn't it have been nice if he just found the lamp?
Yeah, he's doing the pragmatic way.
Yep. Might cost him an extra key, but will probably not be a big issue.
It's generally
Speaking
not
of
an
which.
issue. Yeah, exactly. Generally not an issue in Palace of Darkness now.
It does matter in key sanities, but
Yeah.
since this is not, they are guaranteed to find all the keys they will need.
Yep. Another reason I have never done key sanity. I'm not a fan of that. Too much things to keep track of, even if you have a tracker.
Oh, I find it really interesting to watch, but yeah, it's a bit too much for me still.
Yeah, I'd watch it, but play it myself, no
We're
thanks.
seeing some Mr. Meyer checks over here on Summer side.
Yeah.
That was an ether, I think, to enter. So that Quake in Ice Palace is still it's not looking like it will be necessary.
Yeah, at this point, not so much, no.
Let's check the checkerboard king.
Mm.
We have 100 rupees. Not going for that one. No, aside from the Palace of Darkness, Simon doesn't really have much use for much more money. Oh, he's good at putting the fire source to good use. Finishing up Desert Palace. That will be another quick crystal for him to put on his belt.
Yeah, while TJH is heading to Helmasaur. Who sadly will not be coptering for us today. Since that's a feature of Randomizer and not in his natural room.
Samo entering his Lanmor's fight.
Should make quick work of them with silvers.
Yeah, hopefully yes. If he can hit his shots. 1 down, 2 down, and 3. And as expected, the map.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, TJ is fighting his Helmasaur.
Yeah, I don't think we know what Helmasaur might hold. And it's pretty... Oh, he should have it now. Yeah. An easy silver sword to the dome.
Just a single one finishes him off.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a red rupee. There are far too many of those in this game.
Yeah.
Sam is stocking up on some potions. Not a bad choice.
Yeah, 3 of them. His current bottle count.
I mean, never underestimate the need for magical power in some of the later dungeons.
Yeah.
Not to mention the damage taken without any mail upgrades. I wonder what those are.
Yeah, they seem to be vanilla-esque coming towards the later stages of the game.
Definitely. Another red rupee.
Yeah, TGH gone into Eastern Palace.
Smart choice after finishing up the palace.
Yeah.
Darkness. And with the bow, he can finish this off. Logically, he will technically need to find the lamp first, but maybe. No, he actually should need to, but
Yeah.
I have full confidence that he will be able to handle the dark room.
Now he bails out of the 2 easy checks. Probably because it is pendant.
Yes. Oh, right.
And not in logic, since he didn't find big key.
Right, and not even green pendants.
Yeah.
Are we seeing a Dark Death Mountain Eastern check here?
Probably, yeah.
So we got Super Bunny Cave and the Hookshot Cave, presumably coming up.
And Spike Cave if he really feels like it.
They do have both invincibility items.
Yep.
I'm not so sure on his status on any additional magical bottles or similar, but he should be able to handle it.
Yeah, with a full magic and hook shot, you can and an invincibility item, you can make it through. And some amount of hearts, I don't know the exact amount, but it's definitely enough.
Well, that will help.
Yeah. Probably a sword upgrade in Hookshot Cave.
That's your guess?
I feel like we're due another one by now.
Definitely. I think mail upgrade is hiding here.
A single green rupee. No,
Looks like it's nothing.
a whiff.
Oh, another bottle.
Yeah, the last bottle, but TGH is third, as far as I know. And Turtle Rock requires
Quake. That will require him to go into Ice Palace to find that one.
If like you said, he found book, he might check. No, he's not going down into Spike.
Is he... What is he going to...
I'm not entirely sure at this point, to be honest.
Is it possible he didn't do Spiral Cave? I don't think he did.
Hey, since he's going there now, no, he didn't. And I seem to remember him going back just for Paradox Cave, and then bailing out, since he found boots.
Right. Well, if I recall, he'll be a little bit disappointed.
Samu's not doing hammer jump. Shame. I don't blame him, it's a really hard trick.
But Samu will have a generally easier time in Palace of Darkness with that lamp. Never underestimate the lamp. Visibility is a great sense to have. Are we seeing an Ice Palace dive?
Yeah,
I
it
think
looks
we
like
are.
it. I'm not sure, have any of them even checked the Lake Helia Island?
I'm not sure. I don't think they have. I think they all went straight for Hobo and then to Sora.
Well, I can remember that's what happened. I'm not sure if TGH did check those chests in that maze.
I saw 50 rupee.
Yeah, so probably nothing. Let's see.
Another 50 rupee. A nice palace.
Yeah, that's why most players don't really go for the hooligan at the beginning. You tend to have a lot of surplus money towards the end.
Yeah. And there's still a big chance those money shows up early, and then you don't need it. It's a calculated risk. Well, TJ, look at the hint here.
I would assume so.
Just walk away. Thanks, Ice Palace.
Yeah.
Super helpful so far. Will he be able to do this bomb jump?
No.
Oof.
I don't know the pixels for that particular setup, but he's obviously familiar with it.
Yeah. It also changed a little bit for custom sprites, I think.
Yeah, it depends. Sorry, it depends on the sprite. I know all the sprites I use, they don't cover Link's shadow, so I always have the same visual set up for mine.
Nice Pingu bowling.
Yeah, Sam is probably gonna make short work of Helmasaur, as long as he's
I don't think I've
cautious.
seen that. I don't think I've seen that clipping into the steps before. That was interesting.
No, there's a lot of small little neat tricks.
Samu's now doing his Helmarock. Helmasaur, not Helmarock. That's a different game. Ooh, misses first arrow, but it's the second one.
And the hint tile says
Unique items in plain sight. What could that have been?
let's see. We know it's not on floating island in Death Mountain. Could be. It was not Spectacle Rock. It was not Bumper Cave. Is Lake Healy Island? That neither of them have checked, possibly.
I guess. Because it wasn't Sora, it wasn't Desert Ledge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I guess it must be. In that case, it was actually helpful information. Thanks, Ice Palace.
I swear that that particular hint tile has bias for troll hints.
And here we see another Ice Palace dive.
Yep.
From Samu. Ever following in the shadow of TGH. But he'd have done Desert Palace.
Yeah.
So he's not completely behind. And there's the Quake. I guess we got access to, well, entering Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Won't get far.
You can check a hint tile. Well, congrats. I hope it was worth the trip.
Might be a hint for what you need.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a really interesting stair clip, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Oof. He got hit by the ice golem as he was falling down. Good old 1.0 mechanics. Or, well, Japanese 1.0 mechanics. See some setup.
That felt close.
Yeah, they don't use the upper wall hug technique that I do. So
Using a bottle.
yeah, so I honestly have no idea how this setup works. I always hug the upper wall. Or it just doesn't look like it is that one from my
Not going very
viewpoint,
well.
from my angle. No.
There we go.
Yeah, could be he wasn't factoring in that fighter sword is thinner, so it throws off the visual cue a bit. Just like how-
right.
Because Master Sword and Bacon Sword are the same width, and I think with Butter Sword you have to English words. Yeah.
It was probably wasn't important.
No. It's just a basic English word. Compensate.
No, right.
Yeah, you have to compensate. TJ is not a happy camper. He dropped down into the room with
no bombs.
a bomb, and he missed.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way to.
No, I think the only way is with bombs, unless you can hit them like 10 times with a hammer or something.
Oh, you actually can.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well,
Yeah.
there's proof. You learn something every day. I guess Nintendo aren't really the company that will drop you into a room without a way out.
Exactly.
Not in the usual case, at least.
Oh, he's gonna hover.
Hover strats. Nice.
Did not expect to see that in Ice Palace, but
If you can, it might not be faster. I don't know, but
he had no choice this time.
that's true. Can't bomb jump without bombs.
Nope. And it is much more impressive than a bomb jump.
It certainly is.
You see, third time clip.
He
That
does.
looks really consistent. I gotta start trying that in my own runs.
I wish I knew that, but when I were doing casual playthroughs as a child, lining up for that stairs was always horrible.
Yeah.
Good old ice physics.
Yeah. Well, looking like we'll have an item on
Cold stare.
Cold Stare, or like Ice Guy, something.
Ice.
Yeah. Unless it's a key. I'm like, this is a guaranteed item. And then I get a key and like, oh, right. Separate count.
Thankfully, he does have bombos, which
Yeah.
means he doesn't need a full magic bar. He doesn't have fire on anyway, so
No. Technically wastes time, I believe.
I think it's not faster, but certainly more magic efficient.
Yeah.
With the hammer, we don't expect too many hits
Yeah, I mean,
on each.
he can take a hit
Wow.
from actual Cold Stare, I believe. Since there's no damage reduction from tunics.
In Manila, you would expect to have blue tunic for this, but
Yeah.
no such luck yet.
Usually not too much of a hassle doing Cold Stare with hammer as long as you keep a cool head.
But Samurai Man is not far behind. He's
No.
also moving on towards his own Cold Stare fight.
Yeah, and TJ's doing a really good Cold Stare fight. And only rupees. He's probably racking his brain now for where is my fire source? Where is my lamp?
That is a very good question. But he is running out of things to do.
Yeah, well, he have Waterfall Fairy here, easy.
Yeah.
Check. Well, fast check.
It's
Arrows and...
those blueberries again.
Yeah. It's a disappointment.
So he's really starting to get pretty locked by some few key items now. He can get into Mr. Meyer.
Yeah, and progress a fair bit, to be honest.
Yeah. He only really needs the King of Samaria.
And now we'll get to check here. Just a piece of heart. So
Oh wow. So what was the unique item then? There aren't really much more unique items to be found.
Wasn't Desert Ledge a green rupee?
It was a single green rupee, but we found others like that.
Oh.
So I'm not sure if it's actually unique, but
Yeah. The vanilla bottle. Only.
right.
So that means TGH is capped on bottles. Sam is playing it really safe. I don't blame him.
Really making use of those potions we bought earlier. I really don't want to die at this fight.
No.
But you better be more careful.
Yeah.
But he's... yeah, here we go. Single one left now. And there we go. Let's not hope he doesn't... Yep. That was Green Ruby. So TGH will now be looking for looking for desert. Will be a little bit disappointed.
Samus restocking on potions.
Don't blame him. He got the money. There's certainly no point going to dungeon if you don't think you can beat it.
Yeah.
But where will we be going next? Ooh. Oh, he's probably also doing Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, he hasn't been there yet, Sam.
Oof. So, while our runners are catching up on each other, what are we really missing?
Cane of Samaria for both.
Yeah.
Fire Rod, in theory.
Yeah.
Besides that, there's not really anything standing in the way of go moding.
They might want to find another sword though. I mean,
Yeah, that's
Fighter Sword Ganon is it even possible?
that is a very good question. I don't think it is.
In that case, they will have to find a Master Sword somewhere.
I think the only correction to Ganon damage is in Swordless, where they enable the hammer.
Right.
Otherwise, it's, well, yeah, sword.
And Master Sword at that.
Yeah. Which is never a fun fight.
Yeah.
52 spins or what it is.
I think you can cut them out a bit with silver arrows.
Yeah, true, they have arrows, so that cuts out like...
30.
No, not quite that much. But I think it might cut out 12 spins or something.
Isn't it like 24? No, I don't remember.
Oh yeah, maybe it was 24 in the last... I don't know that math. offhand, but
It's a lot. It takes a while.
yeah.
But since they have silver, they don't need to do silverless.
No.
We'll be checking. Samurai is checking the other tablet now.
Yeah, and TGH heading into ice and
Maximum health increased. So that will
finding
be
a book.
that will be a. Oh, so that was where the book was, right?
Yeah, so as I thought, TGH hadn't found book yet.
But yeah, here tablet will seems to just be a heart container. There's a heart piece. Hmm. Remind me, did TGA ever actually succeed in saving the old man?
I don't. Yeah, I think so. That was.
It was probably just some like red rupee or something.
Yeah.
No, that was where he got the cane.
Okay. That
Mystery
makes
solved.
sense.
It seems like we'll be seeing Mr. Meyer now from TGH. That's about the one thing he can do.
Yeah. Looking pretty bleak on all other fronts.
So what do you think we'll find here? It has to be...
A fire rod or a cane of Samaria.
It has to be.
And a sword, probably. But not necessarily, since they haven't progressed that far into Skull.
Yeah.
Or Turtle Rock. But yeah, for Turtle Rock, to progress anywhere, you need fire rod and cane of Samaria.
Yep.
So either Meyer is stacked, or Skullwood's back end is stacked.
We're also seeing Spike here on Samurai's side. If I recall, TGH backed out of doing that. Opting to do Spiral Cave late instead.
Yeah.
So this will also be interesting. This is also an option. But it's just 10 arrows. Of course it is.
There's a small key in the spike chest there, in Meyer. Maybe Bridge chest has something more useful.
It seems like Samurai is
A big key.
also heading over here.
Yeah.
No, wait. He's checking
Agina.
Agina. Right. That was a thing.
That's something I usually route in with Checkerboard Cave and the Meyer sheds myself.
But personal struts are a thing.
Yeah.
But then I fully expect him to go into Meyer.
Yeah. The seed kind of points to either Fire Rod or Somaria being in Meyer.
Definitely.
So we'll see. It would be ironic if Fire Rod is fire locked. But it can be.
Yeah. But where would it be fire locked?
In Meyer. Western
Oh,
Wing.
right.
There's 2 chests you need fire for.
Right, that's true.
I believe Vanilla Compass and Big Key.
Yes.
Those are fire locked. Separately. To boot.
But
and
there's
Fire Rod in Big Chest. In
just
Meyer.
in time. Hopefully he'll also find a Cane of Samaria in the Western Wing.
Yeah, and then...
Making use of that fire rod.
Yeah, but if it continues like this, it means Mr. Meyer Dark Rooms.
Oof. That's always not fun to see. Well,
Yeah.
right.
And then he started doing the first fire check and realized, oh, right,
magic.
not enough magic now. Mushroom.
So another fetch quest. We've only really seen the shovel before. So that might become a thing.
Yeah.
Is he actually going to check it right now?
I think it is because the odds of Samaria being in the key chest.
Yeah,
And I mean, he can stock up on potions at the same time.
true.
But I think he hopes to find either Kane or maybe
But
maybe
a
he
Master
hopes
Sword.
more for Master Stone. He might hope more for Lamp. Did I write that down? Yeah, there. Ooh, I think TJH is heading back into Swamp.
Yeah.
And he's gonna find what he's been looking for quite a while.
Meanwhile,
If he does.
Meanwhile, Samurai is in Eastern Palace. Interesting choice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he's hoping to find there.
Well, at this point, he has to be looking for a sword upgrade and
Fire Rod.
Samaria. Yeah, or
Fire
Fire
Rod.
Rod, yeah.
We know where two of those are,
Yeah.
but he doesn't.
And TJH going to the Bombos tablet. Gonna be disappointed. That's only rupees.
But he's actually gonna have to watch the animation now,
Yep.
which is something Samurai will not have to endure. But it is an interesting choice going into Eastern Palace when Mr. Myers is on the table.
Yeah, now TJH making the play of going into the back of Skullwoods.
Is it possible Samurai doesn't know you can open without Master Sword?
Open what?
Open Mr. Meyer.
Probably not, which is why he's looking so hard. Because that's... Oh wait. Where did we have Master Sword again? It happened just
Mushroom.
now. Mushroom.
Found in Mr. Meyer.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, maybe he's equating that with the tablets, because I know I did that sometime. I tried to open a tablet and it's like, you have no sword. Like, oh, you need a sword?
yes, you do.
Or like, no, you need Master Sword for tablets and a
Yes.
normal sword for dungeons. And I
Yes.
think I was swordless at some dungeon and like, you need a sword. Like, wait, what? Or it didn't fire.
Yeah.
The random skull under a flower.
And just a red rupee on Armos. And that red pendant.
Yeah, you have better markings. I should have stolen that.
But you take more notes.
Yeah, not that it's helping much. I mean, it's good to note items, but they're not in the same order.
I rely on my mind.
I do that while running.
Who needs a tracker? So TGH is now going back into Skull, presumably,
Yeah, looks
with
like it.
with that fresh fire rod.
Yeah. Samu, I'm not so sure.
He will be.
Maybe he's...
Oh, he probably
yeah.
found the. He's probably checking the Pyramid Ferry.
Yeah. Like, there are so many things to keep track of.
Not having done Aghanim, they will have to take the slightly longer route.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to do this trek once for progress. Only I hadn't beaten Aghanim yet,
Oh,
so I could unlock the big bomb, but I couldn't get to the pyramid
oh,
because I didn't have a hammer.
nice.
Yeah.
Not making use of the hookshot strats I've seen. Oh, sorry.
I mean, this almost has to contain a tunic upgrade by now.
I hope so. Unless Fiesel has been mean and not made sure they're not here.
Well,
Oh,
a
shield.
shield.
And more hearts. Are all the tunics in Ganon's tower? That would be an interesting...
Has certainly been the case before.
I mean, if that's the case, then we might actually be seeing green male Ganon if the paths don't allow it. Now he's going to Mystery Mire.
Yeah. And TJ has made his way to Mothula and is doing combined hammer and sword strats.
Opting not to do the slightly faster fire rod strats. Presumably because out of magic.
Yeah. Well, he has enough magic for a few shots. But he tried to use a potion because he's almost dead and he had only a B. And burner strats. And that does damage. Hopefully enough.
It is.
Yeah, clutch kill.
And there's Birna.
Yeah, Sumaria.
Samaria, right. Samaria.
He's just looking back at us like, this seed.
Yeah, we're coming up on 1 hour and we're on 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah,
and
we are above their standard, I would say. Their average.
Could be that male upgrade was on pedestal.
Yeah, possible. Sometimes the seeds just are like this.
Yep. I was watching a C the other day.
Forced double dip.
Yeah. I was watching a C the other day. It had everything except for pedestal. Forced agony, but not because of what you think. Progression was in Pulse of Darkness, but they had Dark World access except for Hammer. But they couldn't find flippers or anything like that to get over.
Yeah.
So in the end, they just had to go defeat Aghanim. It had big key in Ganon's tower in chest 22.
Ooh, lovely.
It just had everything. I believe it was the first match of this tournament. Really setting the stage.
Yeah.
Samurai's about to find his fire rod.
Yeah. And TJ is a very brave man. He's doing the Mr. Meyer dark rooms. In the dark.
At this point, I don't think he's going back for that lamp.
Well, probably not, no. Which is really impressive. And some are recognizing I'm an item short for this required dungeon.
Better.
It gave me an item to a dungeon I preferably wouldn't want to enter, but what are my options?
Might as well.
Mr. Meyer dark rooms are really impressive.
Oh, he will be... Oh. Hang on a minute.
Oh, he's gonna do...
He realized his mistake.
Yep.
It wasn't fire rod he needed. It was Cane of Sumaria.
Yep. And Vitreous. With silvers.
This was a quick fight.
Yep.
2 more arrow shots. We just barely knew what hit him.
And he gets a key for his efforts. Lovely.
But with that fire rod, I suspect he will go back into desert now. finish that one up.
That is a possibility, yes.
I mean, it's the last crystal he need.
Yep. There's
Ne-
Samus Master Sword.
Yeah. So it seemed like Aghanim wasn't required.
No. Luckily. Because it's still very possible that we're gonna see a Master Sword Ganon. Even with silvers, that is a hassle.
Indeed. But I have full faith in Ganon's tower. We will find another sword. He's been holding out on us.
And 2 tunic upgrades.
Nah, those are on the other side. Simon taking a pretty slow route, but safe, killing all the enemies. I only need to watch out for the Wall Master.
Yeah, those are annoying enough as is.
But that means TJ's got all his crystals, if I counted correctly.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes.
Which means he will be heading up Death Mountain to fight Aghanim. Which means I seem to recall there being a little game on this channel.
Yeah, apparently yes.
So where will we find that Tower Big Key?
Yeah, not sure if it's officially sanctioned this time, but you're probably gonna play it just for fun anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
For honor, for glory,
for recognition?
clout.
Cloud.
I believe the kids call it nowadays.
Yes. Don't they call it like Fortnite points or something? No? Those kids these days. But you better get your guesses in now. Because, well, it's unofficial, but you want to get him in before he enters Ganon's tower. Which he's only a couple of minutes away from.
And Samu unfortunately having magic enough for one shot and missing, so we had to use a potion to open the very back.
I think I've actually been in that situation once before.
Yeah, I've done quite a few seeds like you need to hit one thing with magic. Miss. Welp.
Hey, we will actually be seeing what... Okay.
Yeah, well, as
Yeah.
we're speaking about Ganon's tower, I'm gonna say the standard. I always guess 22.
Good guess. I'm going to guess... well, I've always liked the number 17. It also happens to tend to be the one of the chests in the standard room. So let's go for that. 17.
Yeah, this entire run I felt like Samu was slightly ahead, but here we see what knowing your dark rooms can do for your run.
And there's the mail upgrade. Slightly bluer Squirtle. But yeah, Gate of Samario and green pennant for Samu.
TJ skipping tile room, as most tend to do, for good reason.
Yep. Although, would it be fun if it actually was there?
For us and the viewers, possibly.
And Sam is going back to Mr. Meyer.
Yeah. Now that he has his go mode item as well.
And not a second to lose. He will really have to catch up now.
Yep.
But all it can take is a single fall from Ganon.
Yeah.
And there it is. Let's see, that would be 1, 2...
1, 2... I believe that makes 6 with the route he took.
That should be 6, yeah. So, we were both wrong.
Yep. Well, guessing 22, I'm most often wrong. I mean, statistically, I should be right more often than I tend to be.
Yeah.
But, yeah, small sample. Small
sampling size, yeah.
Yeah, sample size. I was sample survey? Size survey? No. English is hard, okay. I'm Swedish.
Unfortunately, we don't have a way to see chat, so we don't know who won, but congratulations, whoever won. If anyone ever won. If anyone won. Now it's just the long climb up for TGH.
Yeah, and that consistent dashing back strat in the room TGH just left.
Meanwhile, Samu's doing the best he can.
Yeah.
With the lamp, it's going to be significantly faster.
Yeah, he's gonna gain some time here, but if it's enough...
we have yet to see. Heading into the gauntlet on TGH side. Too bad he found the key so early. They probably would have liked to search a couple more chests for that additional sword.
Yeah, well, still have the option of opening 4 more chests on the climb.
That is true. And I fully expect he will.
Well, it depends on how he read the seed.
True, but...
Because he might think that his opponent is way ahead.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I still expect him to, but... because that Master Sword Ganon is not fun.
Yeah, with a seed like this, you're gonna expect that your opponent had somewhat similar journey.
Yeah.
So like, this could be worth the time. I mean, the chests are literally right there.
That's the final crystal for Samurai Man.
Yep.
He will also soon be making his journey to Ganon's Tower, although he might choose to make another path. So we might be able to see what's on the other chests. Because if he takes the other route and goes left side, that would be very late for him.
Yeah. I don't know what the general way, well, what the standard route is, if there is a single one that most people do.
As far as I know, the standard route right now is to first go right. Oh, there's the last fetch quest item.
Yeah, the magic powder.
First go right, take the first 2 chests, and then go back up and down the left side. Only to come back up to the rest of right side. If you don't... Oh, it played it out.
Yep, there's the bacon. I've heard that you go right, and if you find a key in either of the chests...
You continue.
Ooh, he's hovering, and he gets it!
Yes! That's gonna save a little time. And with the red sword, that's... It's all he really needs.
Yeah. It's real nice to see hovers. Those are quite input intense.
That's a basically frame perfect trick, right?
As far as I know, 1 or 2, but I'm pretty sure it's 1.
I think I've heard it is 2 frame, but I think most people generally call it still frame perfect.
Yeah. We had a really good setup for a triple there. But then
that is a triple.
That would have been a double triple with proper execution. Ooh.
That was a double triple.
Yep. Now that's an interesting pattern for Aga.
So, Samurai Man is entering Ganon's Tower.
Yeah.
TGH will be actually entering the final fight.
Yeah, Bacon Sword and Silvers were like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Barring proper execution. And not too trolly RNG. Yeah, and Sam was doing the other variation.
Yes.
I've also seen people check the torch and then go right.
Yes, some cooked blueberries. But yes, we might as well assume this race to be over now.
I mean, almost. It's gonna take a lot for
Yeah.
people of this caliber. But you never know what happens, and I'm not sure TGH actually restocked on potions or anything.
I don't think he did. He's got enough magic, but
Yeah.
the heart situation?
I mean, from this on, you shouldn't get hit.
No.
There's one thing when you whittle him down in phase 1 and 2.
But now,
But 3 and 4, that should be a big no-no.
indeed, we did find the light
Yeah.
arrows fairly early. Will he get a torch college? It does. Single hit.
Yeah. That should be a double.
Double.
Ooh, a
Triple.
triple!
Nice.
Ooh, baby, a triple!
Wow.
Always love. I like to be able to interject memes in a natural way. Ooh, baby, a triple.
Now we missed Samurai's chest finds on the left
Yeah.
side, but
Yeah.
at this point it doesn't.
A 146.18.
Wow.
That's still well below my average with better seeds. Yeah.
Let's give a round of applause to our runners.
Samu forfeits. But great job.
That is why I run a speed game with Lauren.
Okay.
And as we said on commentary, shows why it's good to know your dark rooms.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I guess we will be signing off now. Thank you for listening to us rambling.
Yeah.
And
Yes, some runner talk. Here
Yeah.
are their input on the seed.
My input on the seed?
Your input, both of you.
It was a seed. For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I got off to a really bad start, which was mostly my own fault.
I saw
infecting-
your frustration, and I kind of like the red screen flashing. I saw that too.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you
So
got
what? So
some
what
hits.
happened was I had the bright idea of so I came into Kakariko. I did like the uncle sequence and everything. Went to Kakariko with 23 rupees and no bombs. Went to activate my flute.
Same. actually.
Went down to the tavern and there was nothing, like Piece of Heart or something.
Mm.
So bright old me has the idea to go to Death Mountain straight from like activating my flute without getting any of Kakariko, so that I can go get Paradox Cave because we just got them here. Turns out you need bombs to go get those chests too. And I had forgotten that. So yeah, I was just like I also died on my first way up to Death Mountain because I ran into a dead rock, and the dead rock, like I got stuck inside the dead rock. Stuff like that.
I was all over the place, kind of like I usually play with a tracker, so it was a little bit
Yeah,
harder
yeah.
harder for me to like think how to route. I beat Eastern. I beat like
Yeah, I think I actually got the first. I got the first two chests in Eastern. They were both red rupees, so I decided to bail at that point. I got like Eastern and Pod together.
yeah.
Like I had Dark World access before I touched Eastern.
Yeah.
But I went into Eastern after Pod, saw the first two items were junk, just kind of left.
Yeah.
I bailed and like gambled that the last item wasn't anything special, but
How was your cold stare? I was there in with a
Cold
Wider Sport.
Cold Stare was eventful. I somehow didn't get hit. I managed to hammer him to death.
Me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It was.
Did you get tempered?
I got tempered in Ganon's tower. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got the Master Sword from Mushroom.
Yeah,
I was
me too.
You both found the same sword upgrades.
Yeah, tempered was the chest before Moldorm 2 and Ganon's
Okay.
tower. Yeah, so
I was gonna do the Batman, then I was like jumping down. Oh yeah, I don't have a cane. That's cane. I completely forgot.
Yeah, it's the cane was stupid. Yeah, so you had to go into Mire
Yeah.
to get the fire rod,
And
then to go get the cane on Moth.
I actually
so-
miscounted the items. I thought I had 2 items already. Then I remembered I didn't get the green pendant. Then I beat Motula. I was like, wait, did I
Yeah.
actually miscut my items?
I rushed Moth because I figured what I had figured was that green pendant like Sahastral, I had the cane.
Yeah.
So I rushed Moth.
Mm.
And like if Moth decided to give me an item or whatever, if Moth didn't give me an item, I would have checked the catwalk chest like underneath. But
I actually left Skull Woods, then I remembered Green Band, and then I went back and I got Kane.
yeah, you too.
Yep.
Definitely. That was a tough seed to
Yeah.
to
What do you think
through,
about
so.
What do you think about Vanilla Titans?
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, it came in the midst of me trying to. I think I went through like the entirety of Thieves Town with a heart and a half and no sword. And
Me too, actually.
Yeah, and then
I think I had red potion. Might have something in a potion, but I still have something to survive that.
I think I got through all of Thieves Town without getting hit once, and then died immediately to blind on like the second hit. So I had to go back and fight him again. I think I died like 4 times that run. I can't remember the last time I died that many times in a random.
I saw the red screen like many times.
Yeah,
I bickered like
yeah.
you had some deaths.
Yeah, it was not optimal to say the least.
And I think my routing was like not the best. Then going to mirror that late without gain, I don't like doing that. Nobody likes doing that.
I died in Ice Palace to a freezer while falling down a hole. I got 1.0'd.
Damn.
Like, well, yeah. So it was my own fault. I fell too far to the left.
Yeah, Ice Palace was a rush to seed, especially on your side.
Yeah. And then like my way back, I didn't have any bombs.
Yep.
I've used my last bomb to hit the switch for IPBJ.
Yeah.
And
had to defeat the
and somehow the bomb I picked up in the Stalfos room didn't kill the Stalfos, like the top Stalfos. So I had to hammer it to death. I think it takes like 10 hammers of it like falling, then getting back up, then falling.
Yeah,
and like you can eventually kill him that way. And I had to do that. I had to just stand there and keep it. And and then I hovered IPBJ.
Meanwhile, you hovered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second time.
Yeah, I had to. I didn't have any bombs.
He also hovered over Moldon too.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because he was.
I usually do that. Yeah.
And well, in my case, bombs jump with a wider sword, so hard to see the SLQ. So I had to like really figure out that kind of case kinda as well.
So any comments on the great start with hookshot and everything?
I was really hinting towards Dead Mountain for me.
Yeah, at least you saw me. Sorry for interrupting. Continue.
And I actually forgot the old man in a cave. I got him like after Spike Cave or something.
Yeah.
I think he had Burna, right? He had King of Burna.
Yeah, Burna.
But yeah, I actually don't like the fact that Hookshot was in that chest because it led me to go to Death Mountain.
Yeah.
but yeah,
well,
it is what it is.
I forgot the one next to Sanctuary, you know, the pumpkin rock with a.
Oh yeah, Bonk Rocks. Yeah,
Bonk Rocks.
Yeah, that was one of the last checks before I was about to go to Eastern, and then that had
me too.
The Pearl.
Too.
So yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that for a while too. I was gonna do something, then I was like, oh yeah, I can do that too. I think it was right after I went to do the. It was at that moment when I was checking the mirror, the ledge mirror.
Oh, the graveyard ledge.
Yeah, the graveyard ledge,
Yep.
and that. Then I forgot the Bonk Rocks for a while.
Yeah, I think I went from Bonk Rocks over to get the back of Escape, the 3 chests there.
Yeah.
And then just like did Dark World stuff and made like a couple loops around the Dark World. Like my game like focuses really heavily on overworld exploration before dungeon exploration.
I kind of like that too because you really want to commit to that dungeon. I kind of want to make sure you can full clear it unless you really want to can full.
Yeah, and I felt so far behind at the start because of like what I did at the start. I probably lost like 2 minutes to just like pure stupidity, and then like so I felt like after I got flippers because I went to. Like after I went to Hype Cave first and then Dark World.
Yeah.
Went all the way up to Catfish and Mirror to Zora and stuff like that.
I actually did the same thing. Hype Cave to Mirror Ledge to the to Catfish.
Yeah. Yep. And then did Thieves Town and everything. Had a ball in Thieves Town. Went down, dug up the flippers, and like, you know what? Let's just go straight in the swamp. And
I did the same thing.
Luckily, didn't skip left side.
Me too.
Yeah, you were following Samurai. You were really following his footsteps for quite a while there.
Yeah.
We were doing the same dungeon orders too. Or
Basically,
like
yeah.
kinda,
You did desert a little bit earlier because you found lamp in swamp.
Oh, was that what was in the big chest?
Yes.
Oh my
Yep.
god. Nice.
At a few points,
Good
we
video
thought you
game.
were heading back into to check that, but you always went somewhere else.
No, yeah, I
How did they work out that?
no, well the big key was late.
Yeah, that makes
yeah,
sense.
so I
did that.
gambled that particular item. I didn't want to go back in for it.
I did swamp boss first, then I went back because 3 items were in a chest.
Yeah. Well, I did like left side first. I did the key route where you can possibly flood the key, but luckily I didn't. I did that route over, and then like I realized there was an item in the big chest.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to go back and get it.
Yeah.
I didn't
Makes
feel like
sense.
it. I didn't like didn't want to spend the time, but apparently it was the lamp. So luckily the fire rod wasn't fire locked. I know that it said there was a unique item fire locked in Misery Mire, but luckily it wasn't.
Luckily
it wasn't the fire rod.
It was in just the big chest and not in a small chest, which has the big key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be horrible.
So, any thoughts on when you saw the ice rod on?
I went there
Lumberjack?
really fast. Just wanna be sure.
Yeah, I checked
DR.
Lumberjack as well, and once I saw that Turtle Rock was a pin, then I didn't really pay that much attention to it anymore.
Same.
Yeah, so, and like, yeah, it just didn't really make sense to pay that much attention.
Yeah, and my last item was gain, so
Yep.
no need to beat that.
Yep,
Didn't
exactly.
Okay. Well, I think
Yeah,
I'm out of-
thanks for the race.
Thanks.
GG's.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you
Cheers.
guys for commentating. Thanks,
you.
thanks
It was-
Fiesel for putting this whole thing on.
Yeah, Weasel is the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fiesel is the man.
Yeah. Well, it was a pleasure commentating for you.
One more thing, I didn't expect it to be this closer. I was like, you must have been a Ganon, because I saw the flashing. I was like, that must be Ganon
So-
or Ether.
So
Either.
he was.
I definitely didn't play my best. And I don't know if it was just me or not, but I had some of the worst enemy movement RNG I think I've ever had in this game. Period. Like, it was crazy. Like some of the stuff that was going on, like every after like a whole bunch of stuff had happened at one point, I was laughing when I dashed down the spike cave and I got grass rocked by that one grass tile. And I'm just like, okay, this is, the game is just out for me right now. But yeah, I guess that's just Link to the Past for you, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Timing wise, you entered Ganon's tower just about as TGH killed Aghanim 2.
So about 3-4 minutes
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. Big key was on the right side also. So
yeah.
Dang.
I
That-
went
I went left.
right, and the only reason I
Yeah.
went right was because I knew there was a sword in the tower. So like I figured I'd go right first and try to find the sword over there. I normally don't do that,
Okay.
but yeah. So
I
right
guess-
side happened to be at this time.
It's just much better to have tempered for
Yeah.
Ganon.
Yeah.
But we had silvers.
It was
So
like
it's-
yeah, exactly. Like it was like that's why I figured I wouldn't spend too much time looking for it if I didn't find it, because I did have silvers.
Yeah.
But it was best of both worlds because the big key was over there and then the sword was on the way up the tower.
A sword at least.
So I was happy
Yeah.
to see that sword for sure. But
Did you get powder?
yeah, I got powder.
Good.
I opened both the chests and the room before the chest before Moldorm 2.
Okay, yeah.
I opened both those chests just for the hell of it, basically. And
Okay.
yeah.
There it was. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.